Hello boys and girls, welcome back to another video. It's Living La Vida Luke, and I'm very honoured. This is a historic moment for this channel because it's my first collaboration video, and it's with none other than Lee from the Barrett channel.
Yeah.
So
no Ollie today, just me.
So half of the channel, there we go. So thank you very much for coming on.
You're welcome.
So today's video, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about, can you survive in China without knowing the language, without knowing Chinese? So let me just say for me first then, when I came to China, I didn't know a word of Chinese. I didn't know any at all. My Chinese is okay now. I've taken a few lessons, but it's quite basic. I can have a basic conversation, but it's nothing deep. What about you?
Well, my Chinese is also very basic. I know quite a lot of words, but I'm not good at putting them together in sentences. And what I find actually living in cities, I live in Shenzhen. When I first came here in 2007, there wasn't so many people that spoke English, especially in the more rural areas, and still in the rural areas today. People don't speak English that much. However, it's kind of surprising what you can do with just body language and things like that. I've never had a big problem where I haven't been able to get something done or achieve something because I haven't spoke Chinese. It shouldn't be a barrier for Westerners coming here.
And I think it totally depends where you go. If I imagine if you're coming to China, probably it's going to be an urban location, a city. That it's a lot more easier. A lot more people will know Chinese, and in general,
English.
They'll all know Chinese. But what I find is that younger people, they'll learn it all in school. Older people, they won't as much. So what we're going to do this video, we're going to try and generalize it, but of course it's very city dependent. So
it is, yeah.
So we'll try to generalize, and what we're going to do, we're going to go through maybe a few topics and just discuss what it's like, how easy or how difficult it is. So the first one is road signs then. So road signs.
Okay, so
can you get around?
Yeah, well, all road signs are in Pinyin, and Pinyin is fairly easy to understand because it uses the English alphabet. So you can see some on the road, and the actual signs themselves, you know, they're pretty, like, you know, you can tell it's a stop sign, or, you know, they're kind of very similar to signs pretty much in most places. Or, you know, turn right, turn left, stop.
Totally.
Pelican crossings, you've got the sort of green flashing and the red man. So, you know, these kind of things are not difficult at all.
So it's not all in characters. If you want to get around, you can find the place of interest where you want to go to.
Absolutely.
It's fine. Couple people there, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is fine. And the second one then is public transport. How easy is it to go on public transport? Now, I find that if you want to go on these places like on the metro, it's super cheap. But
it is, absolutely.
If you want to go, you've got to get a ticket, right? You've got to get a card. There's these card machines, and you can pick where you want to go to, and that will have the English
you can select a language. Some have more than just Chinese and English. Some have like Spanish and German and stuff on as well. So that's not a big problem. Actually, there is a Western app that you can use if you want to book like high-speed train travel. You pay a very small booking fee, but you can book all tickets on C-Trip and all the station names.
I use that. C-Trip. That's so good.
English.
And with taxis, so what I find is that the taxi drivers, they won't speak English. So what you might need to do is probably write the address in Chinese, get something up, show them what it is.
Well, again, if you use C-Trip, you can get the address in Chinese on your booking. And Didi here, which
is the Uber,
they have an English version of the app you can download.
Yes.
And that makes it a lot more easy. You do get a problem sometimes if the driver wants to call you and you can't speak Chinese, but that doesn't happen so often.
You can send a message and it translates automatically for them. So the next one is hotels. You would go on these English websites. It's a lot more convenient, and you've got the English reviews as well.
If you use the English version of C-Trip, all the hotels listed on there are hotels that can accept foreigners.
Yes, exactly. Because that's the thing to know, actually. Not every hotel in China do accept. They don't have a license for foreigners, but
It's normally, if you stay in the city, you won't have a problem.
No, Shanghai
It's
totally
sort of more
fine, yeah.
rural hotels in rural areas, you might get a problem to stay there.
And the next one we'll talk about will be restaurants, okay? Honestly, right, so Shanghai, Beijing, any major city, you're going to have a lot of foreign restaurants.
Yeah, you can
and
get-
actually
you can
some
get
are owned
Western
by
food.
foreigners,
Yeah,
so they'll speak really good
Absolutely,
English.
yeah.
The key thing though is if you go to a really local, you're bound to want to try local cuisine if you
Sure.
come here, right? Some places it'll be all in Chinese, the Chinese
Yeah.
characters. That's a little bit difficult. And
Well, I don't know. Google Translate works pretty
yeah,
much on
and
the
also
first. You don't
WeChat
need a
as well.
VPN.
If you get WeChat,
Yeah.
what you can do is you can take a photo of it and it will scan it and it will translate it all in English. So it's just like an English menu. So it's
Just
really
as
good.
a side note, actually, Google Translate works here. Actually, even without a VPN. And
does it?
It's one of the Google apps that actually works here fine.
I don't know.
Google
I've been using
Translate,
Baidu
yeah.
Translate, which
So-
is just as
so,
fine.
Yeah,
but yeah,
they're
fair enough.
similar. I mean, but Google Translate, you just take a picture, it'll scan it and convert it all into English. Sometimes it might be, but 90% of the time you can get the gist of what
Yeah.
it is. Other way to do it is a lot of restaurants here. They will always have a picture of the dish in the menu. There's a
Yeah.
lot that do that. So that's another way of.
Yeah, and
of
also,
doing
have you seen they got like the plastic dish as well? So
Yeah,
they have
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
plastic
Ah, yeah,
version.
yeah.
It's like a little model, which is really cool. I really like that. So you can see, yeah, absolutely.
A lot of food courts do that actually.
Yeah.
They will have a little plastic model of
Yeah.
the
So
thing,
for
yeah.
that, no problem at all. I think
Uh-huh.
what we covered, it's pretty straightforward so far.
I mean, I would say that I mentioned in a video on my channel when I was speaking to Luke that not a lot of young people choose China as a travel destination. And the sort of negative I would put is they're not geared up as much as some of the other Southeast Asian countries for foreign travellers.
Yeah.
So, for example, they will have some really nice areas, but they're not the easiest to get to. So, if you go to somewhere like Thailand,
Yeah.
they will be much more sort of geared up for foreign tourists than they are in China. So I really don't think it should dissuade people from coming to China because there's such a massive amount China have to offer.
Okay, and then another thing as well I wanted to mention is guessing words. Okay, so what I mean by this is, so when I go around Europe, for example, right, the English words are often very similar. So because they have the same origins. So English and French, they're both originate from Latin origins. So I'm trying to think of an example. In German, apple is Apfel, right? So you can just say the English and you can get by. But in China, I find
Right,
it's
you can't
totally
do that.
different.
You put it in Chinese, it's Pingguo.
Yeah.
Pingguo Ju, it'd be apple juice.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
So if you do come here, know some of the keywords, right? So because like we said, there are people who won't be able to speak English, mainly the trade workers, right? So if you go to a train station,
Sure.
if you go into like a local restaurant, these people won't speak English. So
However-
learn some of the simple stuff.
Yeah, but there are a lot of apps available which have got like common phrases. So they have
Yeah.
like categories of different things, like maybe in a restaurant
Yeah.
or at an airport, and you can just show those
Yeah.
phrases to the people or play
Yeah.
the voice sound.
Yeah.
And I've used those in the past too. But I find it no problem at all here now. It's far easier now than it was when I first came in 2011 because a lot less people spoke English then. I find now a lot more people do speak English,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but one thing as well, I find even though they speak English, Chinese people are very shy, right? So in my university, everyone has to do an English exam, right? So they have to pass an English exam with flying colours. They have to get a really high grade in the Gaokao. So I go around my campus and I'll ask them, I ask them for directions, where's the library or somewhere, and 我不会英文. They cannot speak English. They're
Actually, they
lying to
can,
me,
yeah,
but
yeah,
they
yeah.
just get very shy about their English
Yeah.
ability. So, keep trying. You will definitely find people, and people are very willing to help. Actually, I find Chinese people are so friendly. If you
People here are amazingly friendly.
if you want road directions or anywhere, like
well, anything.
anything,
I've even showed people like an address in Chinese, and they've like literally spent 10 minutes
Yeah.
walking with me to show me where it is.
So to summarise then, I think really if you can come to China and you don't know any Chinese, not even a single bit, no problem at all.
Yeah, you can still.
We're
do
both
things.
here, we're both alright, we're travelling all around. You've been everywhere it
I've
seems
been
in
to
China.
lots of places.
So I really do encourage you to come. People are really friendly.
They are.
You can try so many things here, and it's definitely worth a visit. So thank you very much, Lee. Would you like to just quickly introduce your channel as well?
So I'm
What do you
Lee.
do?
I run the Barrett channel with my son Ollie. We do lots of different kinds of content. Go check us out.
All right, thanks very much. See you guys next time.
As always, take care.